This episode of Plasticon Reviews is brought to you by DarkDominion.com. Check them out for all your 3D printing needs. Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover Transformers Legacy United Dinoking. This is a more or less a Pulse exclusive item. This is on loan to me from a friend of mine. I've been pretty excited about checking this out because I haven't pulled the trigger on one for myself, but I was kind of wanting to see what this thing was all about before, ever deciding to save up to get one. First impressions though, this box art is amazing. It absolutely invokes everything that Transformers Victory was about. If you guys don't know what Transformers Victory is, so look it up, it's pretty cool. Monstructor's actually a huge character in it. Not Monstructor, but Dinoking. Because I wish they would repaint this as Monstructor, but Monstructor and Dinoking basically were the same toy mold back in G1. The only thing that was different was the little pretender shells. Pretender shells looked like monsters for Monstructor and they were dinosaurs or Dinoking. But first impressions, I like the presentation of the box. Very G1-ish how they've done this grid pattern with all the characters all in their alt mode, robot mode, and combined mode here. And here on the side, a lot of the same thing. It looks a lot like a G1 box probably would have if it was done in modern aged stuff, which is cool. And here on the back, it's got pretty interesting layout. I do like the idea that they actually have tech specs here. So I'm wondering if there's a decoder in here for the little zigzag thing here, but probably not. I can see it pretty well without it, but I don't know if there is one in here in the box. We'll find out. Like I said, this is first impressions. I have never had the Volcanicus mold, which I thought about getting a couple times, but I passed. Mainly because I'm not a big Dinobot combiner guy. Makes sense for Dinoking, makes sense for Monstructor. For Grimstone back in the day with power core combiners because they were different dinosaurs. For them to actually be the Dinobots, I find it kind of weird. So I'll get more into that kind of mythos later in some other video. But we got I'm gonna slaughter these names because I'm not good at pronunciation sometimes. But we got Rarier, which is the Brontosaurus, and you might want to call him a Aplosaurus or a Diplodocus. Diplodocus would actually be bigger, but then you got your Kairu, which is your pterodactyl or pterodon. Doriku, which is the Stegosaurus. Gairu, which is an Ankylosaurus, which I think I'm pretty interested with this one because you don't see very many Ankylosaurus Transformers, which is cool. Then we have Kekuru, which is my favorite because he's a Triceratops, and then Gairu, which is the T-Rex. But I'll be honest with you, I see more of a Allosaurus here, but that's just me. And then you got Dinoking himself all combined on the box. So that's the first time I'm probably gonna say these names. I'll probably slaughter them later. The one thing I do know about this, it actually has a weapon pack in here that gives it like better hand, well, not necessarily better hands, but better weapons and better feet. So I think that's kind of cool that they actually exclusively made those for this set. Would love to see this in Dinoking colors. I know some people are not a fan of the size of these, but it kind of makes sense. Let me go ahead and pop open the tape. Like I said, this is a friend of mine, so I've never opened this before. I'm excited to do this, just haven't gotten around to it till just now. But yeah, I can understand like the appeal of the box. By the way, the box stock is pretty good. The only thing I can see is going to pose a problem is trying to put these guys back in because they're all tied in, it looks like. So there's not a little foam insert or anything. Here's all the instruction manual and stuff. I don't see a decoder in here. Let's see, is there a decoder in this? Nope, no decoder. So I'm assuming that little tech spec thing doesn't actually have a decoder, which is kind of silly. It may be in the burrito. By the way, this is an exclusive and they're still using this paper Autobot emblem stuff. Why? This is an exclusive that should have been Decepticon, or just make it purple. Something. That just doesn't make sense to me. But the layout is just kind of just stuck on this cardboard. Not anything crazy, but I don't know, it's just, I'm very underwhelmed by this being stuck in here with these little plastic things. They could at least give you wire ones so you can put it back in here properly. Yeah, that's just a rant. Looking at the instruction manual, it's done in black. They've kind of highlighted stuff in red, which kind of makes a little more sense. I know some people are not a fan of these core size class figures. I myself, I love these. I love this size class. So let's go ahead and take these out of their little plastic prison. Let's start with the Triceratops because obviously he's my favorite. And yes, I'm going to complain about these plastic ties probably an entire time. Let's set him back over here. Because I think these things are such a waste. I mean, they're just not useful. Like, my question is to you guys, buy these, are these actually biodegradable? Because I use them all the time now, and I miss the days when I used just the paper ones. Or they use wire ties, because at least you could use something with those. I know it's something I complain about every time I do one of these videos, but it's the truth. It's kind of a waste. There you go. Pop them out. I have to say that they're compacted in here nicely. The only thing I don't like is the fact that when I put them back in the box, there's going to be no way for them to actually be displayed in the windows anymore, because if you guys don't know how the original stuff was packaged, back in the day it was all packaged in a crate that you can put the toy back in, take it back out. I mean, they could have at least done a plastic shell for all this to set in. We know they're capable of doing that because we've seen Masterpiece stuff do it, so why can't they do it for a small exclusive like this? I don't know. I know packaging is expensive, especially to get artwork made, but still, I dislike these plastic toys. I'm not a fan of them. And see, they even made it so that way you have to cut the tie on this one. Like, you can't literally pop them out and put them back in, because this is actually looped through the fist. So, yeah, that's not good. Don't like that. What I do like what I see so far, like the toy itself so far, I'm enjoying that. My thing is the boxes, are extremely important, especially if they put all this time and effort into trying to make it look like a G1 box or G2 box or whatever. I mean, look at this mess. This is all waste. This is all trash. This is going in a landfill. All this. Because I gotta pull these out, because you have to leave them in here. Unless you're one of those people that try to tie these back together. Which, I don't know how you're doing that, but good luck. I mean, I understand using cardboard is cheap, right? Well, then why not just make them cardboard little crates that you just put them back in? Instead of using this stuff. I know they're doing it to try to keep the figure from rubbing against the plastic window. That's understandable. But they could do so much more with those. Right now, I'm just pulling pieces of plastic out. Seriously. That's what's holding your toys in. Yep, Wee-Woo Express. That's what I like to call that. It's going off. Let's get all this out of the way. Like I said, this is a first impression video. I like doing these videos. They're quite interesting to me, considering I've collected toys ever since I could remember. And just seeing some of the design of the packaging and stuff is kind of important. I'm going to cut the little burrito out of here. So this is for the weapon. This is already wanting to rip the plastic. Get this up out of the way. And I'll be honest with you, first impressions, the box looks great. Plastic quality is obviously, you know, your decent quality Hasbro plastic so far. Will this measure up to the rest of the core class that I love? I don't know. Let's hope it does. Because I'm a huge fan of this class. I'm really sad that it's no longer around. Personally think with the expensive toys and stuff nowadays, making them smaller would probably be better. I think you would sell more. Okay, so now we got a paper one. Now see, if you didn't know if this was Transformer parts, you have no idea what's in here. So you're one of those kind of people that just put the character together and don't use the weapons. I mean, how do you label this other than just writing Dinoking somewhere on the white paper? Because I know some people out there don't even actually use the accessories. Some people just throw them in a drawer somewhere. I don't know, I like having weapons in my characters. And by the way, I just got a paper cut. So, all the parts fall. I don't know. I got all the parts out. I think I did. I think I got them all. Yep, I got them all. Cool. Alright, so these are going to go back in the box. Alright. First things first, trying to figure all this out. And he looks like he's missing a tail. So, this plugs onto him because this is obvious Triceratops tail. Kind of dinky tail, but that's okay. I don't expect anything huge from these guys. And you got this green piece. I guess this is a tail going on like that. I don't know. Well, looks like it goes on underneath. And then we'll just take his little feet. There we go. I've never played with these before, so I'm just figuring it out. So, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I wish his mouth open though. He's cool though. I like him. Is there a ball piece? Does this go on him possibly? I'm just matching colors. Yep, there you go. There's our Ankylosaurus. It's very cool. Very spiky. I like him. And this goes to, I don't know who this go to. Somebody. Just plug onto the pterodactyl or something? I don't think so. Doesn't look that way. Doesn't go on the Stegosaurus because you already got that, so I guess this is just an extra part that just floats around. That's weird. We got the combiner head. And these, I saw somewhere on a box or something like these somehow attach to him in this mode. I don't like they attach like this or something, but oh, okay. Okay, you got this little thing that pops out. Is it? Oh, okay. I get it now. These actually plug in backward like that. So it gives him his huge pew cannons. That looks cool. And spread his wings out. I'm not sure who gets what here. This is like a scythe. Wonder who gets what here. I don't know. I'll put this in the, And yes, people are like, oh, why don't you use the instructions? I've had people say that. Because I want to experience it by itself. I don't want to have to mess with instructions. I want to play with the toy the way it is. Experience it the way your kid would experience it. Or I don't know. Experience it the way you would experience it if you were younger. You know? I wonder if this actually plugs in under here. Looks like it might. Well, let's flip it around backward. Because this is obviously a fist. Do that and use it as a flight stand. I'm okay with that. Let's put a little pew cannon here on his butt. How about that? How about the Triceratops? Let's see here. We're gonna give you something. What are we going to give you? And we can plug this in, I think. Fill that in a little bit and maybe put this on here and give you a bit of a tail. There we go. Now he's got a tail. Longer tail. There's no way to plug anything onto his back. This guy. How are we going to do the Stegosaurus? He's got these huge holes here on the side, so I think I can. You know what? I won't plug in there either. What the heck? Well, I know this actually has like a thing on the side, so maybe this is meant to slot in. Or does it go underneath? I don't know. It's just me playing, because, you know, that's one thing about, like, toys nowadays, is I like to look at them and see where can I plug things in to make things better. You know, like, how can I make the toy have, like, weapons attached? Like, here, like, a blade here on his back now, you know? That looks cool. Like the pterodactyl here, can I somehow attach this or something? Give him like a blade coming out of the back or something. This is the whole point of like toys, you know. You should have some kind of universal playability with things. I'm a big fan of that kind of play pattern. I always have been. If I can, I don't know, here, give the Triceratops a huge scythe tail. I mean, why wouldn't he have that? I mean, he would attack people and slap people with his tail. He's being defensive. That's what they do, you know. And if you don't like it like this, you can always plug it in like that. It's kind of the whole point of these things, you know. Them all to have like special ways of doing stuff. You can put it in like that. Oh, yeah, I can. So I just have to spin it around. See? Just different ways you can play with the toy. Like, that's the whole point of a lot of this stuff. To me nowadays is you should have different ways of attaching stuff. Now, the Stegosaurus, it doesn't seem like I can do much with. It does have a slot here on his back. Okay. So I can put the sword in the little slot. Or I can do it this way. I'm sure it shows on the box how this stuff goes. Actually, I'm kind of glancing at the instructions. It says this should go on this guy's back, but how's he going on his back? I don't see a, oh, okay. That makes sense because there's a thing here. You can attach, it's like so. There you go. Now you can like run into stuff. Or you can turn it the other way. I just glanced at the instructions too. I didn't even like look. Yeah. You got this little weird smack things tail, which I think would make better sense if this was on the Triceratops. See, I'll figure things out. I'm always good at just messing around with toys and just playing with them. That's the whole point, right? And you're going to pay $80 for this set. Why would you buy it and then just go by the instructions and not actually play with it, you know? So let's do this. There you go. I just got a good bashing tail. T-Rex, I don't think I can quite fit that in there. I'd like to be able to attach this somehow. It's got this tiny little attachment here. This won't actually attach. Turn this the opposite way. Put this thing here in the hand part and give him a pew pew laser and a little knife. Why not? And this headpiece, I wonder if I can hide that in there or something. I don't know. I'm sure the instructions show exactly where all this stuff goes. I'm just doing first impressions. So far, very cute set. I like it so far. Does the Ankylosaurus actually have a place for anything? Not really. I'll just put the other. Can I stack the one gun on top of this gun? Sure, why not? There we go. It's got like a gun turret type of thing. Okay, this only goes up, it doesn't go down. Ooh, but you can spin this upside down. Put this on top like that. There we go. See, now he's got rear firing and then he's got upper firing. See? Why not? I like it. It's the whole point of toys, right? Play with them. Figure them out. Because I know, like right here on the instructions, it shows how you properly put everything on. But I'm like, you know, I'm just having fun. That's the whole point. Let's see if I can figure these guys out and put them in robot modes. I'll start out with the Triceratops because you know, my favorite. And I bet you this is going to have to come off. It shouldn't be too difficult to transform because I mean they're just core class. In core class I usually can figure out fairly easy without doing a whole lot of anything. Or does he go up or go down? I'm going to put him down a little bit. So he gives him a little bit of heel spur. Why not? And it looks like his... Do these spin around or something? Oh, okay. I get it. So that's interesting how that works. Alright, so you move it out. Spin around like that. Let down. And there's his robot mode. Pretty simple. Love that. That was easy. What do I do with these parts? Can I attach them somewhere? Is this attached to his back somewhere? Probably not, because I think this is something to do with combine mode or something. Maybe that's just a remnant, so... Oh, yeah, maybe that's how I do it. There we go. Perfect. And he's got all his parts on. Weapon-wise, I'll just put this in his hand. There you go. Now you can go smack around Autobots. He does have pretty good articulation. I really like him. It's not terrible. It's not overdone. It's perfect. As far as I'm concerned, this is fine. I know some people want like ankle tilts and stuff. I don't care about ankle tilts. I just want them to look cool on the shelf. Move him back there. Let's try out the Triceratops, or the Tyrannosaurus, also known as the, I don't know, I don't want to call him the Allosaurus. Okay, let's spin his little fists around. How does this work? Okay, that splits just like Grimlock does. This all back like this. I guess that's it. Pretty simple. And split his legs so he can have an A stance. Yeah, super simple. Love that. Will this actually attach to his arm or something, or I just hold it as a gun? That's fine. So why not? This probably needs an adapter. So let's take the... There we go. Let's do this. Because this actually fits in his hand. Looks like. Sure, let's get kind of wild here and give him an axe as well. There you go. See, he's got his melee weapon and pew pew. Why not? That was pretty cool. By the way, that sculpts are really good on these so far. I do like these a lot. I like the colors too. The colors are very spot on to what Dinoking was. I like the fact that this kind of has a bit of a sheen to it. Kind of a goldish sheen. It's kind of nice to see. Let's get the, let's figure out the Brontosaurus. I know he kind of turns doofy or something. A lot of people don't really like the Brontosaurus guy, from what I've seen. Let's see, let's unpeg that. How did these work? Okay. No, it has something to do with his legs looking weird or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, and that's his arms. They fold out just like so. And I guess these turn around and become his feet. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, spin him around. There we go. That's a little better. Put his little his head back. I like that noise it makes. It's nice and clicky. It's got a very metallic-ish brown going on there. With that metallic gold. I can see why people don't like the saddlebag sides. That's fine though. That doesn't actually bother me. Now some people will expect this to actually connect here. It does get a little disconjointed, but I mean, really, how often are you really posing these guys? That's my question. Well, these gun things actually reattach somewhere. I mean, I could put them here. Oh wait, it's got this little flip out thing. Cool. There we go. We can actually put these huge cannon guns here in on his arms. Give him two big, huge rocket launching hands. Why not? I like that. That's pretty cool. There you go. I like him. I know some people, he's considered the weakest one, I think, from the group. But hey, somebody's got to be sacrificed when it comes to doing any kind of combiner. That's just how it works. I like him though. His sculpt's pretty nice. Not terrible. But yep. Let's move on. Let's get the pterodactyl out of the way. And move this. This apparently does go on the bottom of him, so I did guess that correct. I don't know so much about the sword, but looks pretty easy. Kind of standard swoop stuff. That compresses in, flip his little head up. I like the idea that the head actually is still part of the pterodactyl, so it's very G1-ish there. I like that. Now the original set didn't do any of this craziness. They were completely different creatures. He looks pretty nice. I actually like him. Probably the cleanest, but then again, Swoop kind of always is the cleanest of the group. I don't know how to explain that to anybody, but that's literally what Swoop's always been, like the cleanest one out of all the Transformer, Dinobot-ish creatures. It's just because he has less to deal with, mass-wise. There we go. And he's got his pew-pew. There, turn his hand sideways there so I kind of see it a little better. By the way, these are articulated pretty well too, so I think you can fold these. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, cool. You can fold these all the way back. Cool. So if you don't want him to have the wings sticking out, you can. So you can make him look different than Swoop if you really wanted to, so I like that. Let's take a look at the Stegosaurus. He's cool. I like him. So this is the appropriate weapon for him. I don't know. I think I had the wrong weapons on the Tyrannosaurus, but you know what? I don't care. I'm having fun. That's what matters. Let's flip this up. Okay, it looks like these fold in. Okay, that's an interesting thing that it does. It's a little different. Don't mind that. He's still very snarl, that's for sure. Okay, how's this? Okay, that completely supposed to come off? Or does it just stay on? I don't know. It could be just a part that comes off for combine mode. Arms come down. Are these split in half or something? Looks like they do, because they look like they're on ball joints. Yep, they do. Okay, cool. Yeah, kind of gives him his shoulder armor. Don't mind that. That's pretty clever. I actually like that. Very cool. I like him. Let's give him his weapon, his scythe There we go. Nice guy scythe. I just don't know, what do you do with this? Like, this has to plug in somewhere in this mess. I'm sure it's somewhere in the instructions. I'm sure it's something I missed. Don't yell at me about that, please, because I'll figure it out. And to be honest, to me, I'd buy this and probably keep it in its combined mode. Let's take these all off. This. Okay, cool. That's pretty simple. Looks like his arms. Spin this around. This back. Ooh, I like that head reveal. It's like, boop! I'm right here. That's cool. Alright, so yeah, these have to ratchet back. There we go. Very neat. I like the way this Ankylosaurus works. It's very cool. It's very stocky. Very big guy. I like it. And even though that these are kind of pushed in a little bit here, it makes the legs not even look like they're bowing the wrong direction. It actually looks correct. That's cool. I like that. Now the question is, what do I do with all this? Alright, let's see here. Let's do this. Maybe put the gun here and like that. And then the large gun, yeah, they can go in his hand. I think this large gun actually goes to the Tyrannosaurus, but that's okay. And just for lulz, I'm going to do this just to irritate somebody because I think it's funny. Because they're 5mm port. Why not? I think it's funny. There, all the parts are integrated, nothing's falling off. I like it. Overall, I'm enjoying these guys. I think they're neat. I'm going to give you guys a bit of a size comparison here in a second. So many of them. Anyway, here he is next to a reflector bot, which pretty much are about the same size as a reflector bot, which is nice. So this is about the size I like. I don't like anything any larger really than these that are just kind of individual robots. Next to Merman. Pretty cool. So, this next time, next thing to do now is try to figure out how do I combine these guys. One thing I'm going to use for reference is the picture on the back of the box. Why not? Especially when I'm trying to figure out a combiner that I have not done. So, I used to have Dinoking back in the day. It was an oversized KO that I did a lot of customization to, so. Okay, it looks like this does something weird here, because it looks like this is the front of it. How did these... Is it something... Okay, so I think these are the ports where everything plugs in to its combined mode. Pretty much have to put him back in Triceratops mode, I think. This looks like a part that goes... I'm just trying to take a look at this. Okay, cool. Looks like he might just turn back into a Triceratops, basically. Except for you leave... There's like little shoulder pads and all that stuff sticking out because it's gonna have a place to attach everything. here. Well, maybe that doesn't do that, because this doesn't have room for that. Okay, well, I'll figure it out here in a minute. Like I said, nobody yell at me. See, the thing is do I ever figure out how to put these guys together without using instructions? To be honest with you, I think it probably does something like this, for like the back or something. I could see it just kind of being like that, sort of, kind of, something like that, probably. Because this looks correct. And so, I'm going to set this to, no, why not, let's do this, and close this up, that way he's got his mouth closed, because I don't think I have to have that open, because this looks like it's a attached center of him, so let's get the little feet. They're out here. By the way, these are nice and ratcheted, so that's good. I know some people wish they would do like a full Volcanicus set released. That would definitely be cool. Okay, let's see here. It looks like I flipped these out. So now this is his actual legs. So where do these arms go? Under probably something like this. Just to get them up out of the way. And then this looks like it combines together just like so. Yeah, yeah. Cool. And then this goes on the front. So I can tell that does that, or something. Oh, I get it. So, before you attached this, before you did what I did, you attached this, because it's got this little recess. Allows this to sit down inside of it. Okay, cool. And there we go. We have part of Dinoking there. Pretty much probably the very top. This guy here looks like he becomes one of the legs. This looks like it pops off and fills this. I'll put this back because it doesn't look like you use this part. I know you use this part for, I think, for Volcanicus. I'm not absolutely sure. Somebody will probably mention something about that. Move his little arms up out of the way. I like this guy. He's pretty neat. Is he expensive? Yeah, he's quite pricey for me right now. I do like this though. Is it going to make me rush out and get it? That's the question. That's the question. That's the $5,000 billion question here, because you know, you guys know me, I love my little robots. Okay. That's how that goes. And then it looks like these just do something like this to kind of just shield up the front. And how does this attach then? Were these okay, I think the head thing's supposed to still be okay. I guess I can fold it up with the head in there still. Or can I? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Because I know somebody out there is probably like, oh, well, you do this, and you spin this around 20 times. It's the whole point, though, is for me to try to figure it out without instructions, though. Because I like figuring things out without instructions. Because it teaches me engineering. If I'm able to figure it out on its own. I know that's completely incorrect. That does not work that way. And the question is, which one of these actually attached to him? This one, or is it this one? So it's this one. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I would think this thing here would stick outward, so this is definitely the one that goes to this side. Will I actually have to break out the instruction manual for this one? That's a big possibility, actually. So I really don't want to mess this thing up. Because, I mean, to be honest, it could probably just stand like that, even without these. But then he wouldn't have that crazy A stance that everybody wants. Okay, I see one little thing here I need to do. I need to move these up. Probably the opposite way. Yeah, it looks like they just go up like that and get up out of the way. And then this plugs into here. Just like that. Spin around the other way. You know what? I'm gonna use that as foot. Because why not? Oh. Gives him extra knee bend. Why not? I know it's completely incorrect. Somebody's like probably screaming right now, do it this way. Why aren't you doing it this way? Because I'm not. I'm doing it my way. Let's take that part off and see if maybe I can make this. Okay, yeah, okay, see, I pulled this piece here off and I was able to actually... So the question is, how's this work? Can I just plug back in this way then? Can you actually plug this back in on it itself or something? Because I don't want any parts left over. I don't like parts being left over. You guys complain about parts warmers. Everybody complains about parts warmers. I think it's ridiculous that people complain about parts warmers, because every combiner ever made in G1 or G2 or any of them have parts. Okay. Oh, okay. See, I told you guys I would figure this out. I probably had just figured it out. Maybe not. See, I just cursed myself. Okay. Yeah, see? There it is. There it is. So I'm assuming this just kind of comes down and rests. Okay, see? Plasticon's not that ignorant. Sometimes I can be. Sometimes I can just be silly. And that's what I'm doing right now, is silly. Because I don't know where this goes yet. So we'll just leave it all for now. It's kind of impressive that I actually have him standing on his own like that. Alright. Oh, you're not a leg. I thought you were a leg. This is the leg. That's strange. Alright. So you go back into dinosaur mode or something here. It looks like these obviously go here. These all fold up onto his back. There we go. Snap, crackle, pop. And pull this out because that's its combiner part. How does... That shows this being upside down or something weird. Like somehow the head ends up... Like, how does that even work? This doesn't even spin around. Oh, I I get it, because this is actually the, well, this is supposed to be the front. Does this fold over like this or something? I don't know. I'm gonna go with that. That's kind of funny. Sure, why not? This is supposed to plug in here, it looks like. Supposed to. Are you going to, though? That's the question. That's the billion-dollar question. So it looks like these two little nodules here and that actually plug into this. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, there we go. See, we got one smashed T-Rex. I actually find that kind of funny. These, you know what? Since these are on ball joints, I wonder if I can just spin these around or something. Because you can't spin the head around, but you can spin these. These close up around him. Can I close them up around? Yeah, there we go. That looks cool. Alright. Neat. That's plugging in. I like the idea that everything here is it's an actual, like, post. Okay. Not terrible. Let's get you turned into an arm. So I'll figure out how to do something with this stuff here in a few minutes. Let's put all the parts to the side until I figure all that out. I'm assuming your little beak goes up like this. Head goes like this. How's this going to plug in? Plasticon, do something wrong. Oh no. I didn't do something right. It's the end of the world, guys. End of the world, let me tell ya. Oops. Managed to knock the foot off. Oh, do these move? Oh, okay, I get it. I get it now, I get it. I was almost there. This little post's supposed to go in this hole here on the arms. That's what becomes the actual parts that hold the arms on. Okay, cool. Alright. Moving on. Let's see here. Let's spin this around. It's just falling back into a pterodactyl. Like so. These can plug into the sides. I'm just putting back into pterodactyl mode because it's literally what it looks like. You know? Or does he? No. These arms. This actually becomes the arm. Okay. So let's plug in like this. Aha. Cool. Alright, so as for these, let's move these up. We can do this. How about that? And then maybe put the wings. Yeah, let's just fold the wings up. There we go. There's one arm. Why does this one foot keep popping off? It shouldn't keep popping off. It's like it's probably something I did wrong. That or I just didn't push it in hard enough. Oh, that's what it was. No, I didn't. I didn't give enough oomph. this guy. Alright, I'm assuming you probably turn into the arm, just like that. Where's the combiner part? Okay. That. How does that work then? Sounds like you just become regular source mode. How's this not going to get in the way of the other arm though? That's the question. Okay. Let's move the silly gun and silly head that was stuck in there a minute ago. And how does this attach? Can't be too difficult. There we go. So like that. He's got a big old honking arm. But he doesn't have a head. That's okay. Just shove his little noggin on right there. I'll be honest with you, that's kind of cool. It's not terrible. Very neat. My question is what do you do with all this stuff? Like this looks like I can plug it in here. This I have no idea. Like this, I think originally was like here in the front. Like maybe I can... Oh, okay. According to the instructions, not the instructions, but the picture on the box. I see where it goes. It's supposed to go here. I guess far enough down to cover the holes on the hands or something. I don't know. Plugs in here. There we go. I can see why some people probably didn't like how Volcanicus worked, because you didn't have this extra foot piece, so this was the foot. Looks like these two little holes here are supposed to plug into these two ports on the sides. They probably do. I'm probably doing something wrong again. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Alright, so let's see if I can put together a big super weapon. So we got this big scythe piece here. It comes down. So it's like this plugs in like so. Here, and then you got the huge axe weapon. There we go. That is his signature axe. And then the gun. Something like that. There we go. Yeah, Dinoking. Robot mode. Yes, I know this has been a very long video. But that's okay. I wanted to kind of do all these guys just in one shot because I really like Core Class. And these guys are fun. I know if I stop in the middle of it, I'm not going to like what I was doing. But I do like this. This isn't too terrible. He's not really that heavy, which is nice. So he's going to weigh down your shelf. And you know, he's more or less on the smaller side, but you know, to be honest, I think he fits in with the scale that I like. There's a reflector. Here is Merman next to him. And let's see what else I got. See how he measures up to my... how he would measure up if he was in my collection next to the rest of my class that I like my G1 bots. So there he is next to Mixmaster. So I don't think he's too bad. He's cool. Do I recommend this? Yes, 100% do I recommend this. I think it's a great little set. It's fun to play with. It's not hard to figure out. You don't have to bog yourself down with the instruction manual. overall just seems to be fun because you have all different kinds of things you can do with all the weapon pieces, and this is kind of up my alley. This is what I wish Transformers would do more often, is this kind of thing. I really wish this is what Transformers were now, not overcomplicated deluxe size characters that are the size of this guy taking up an entire shelf. I like the small stuff. I think it's better overall. I do recommend him. He is cool. I like the colors. They did a good job with the colors. I like the idea they're invoking all that gold. The fact that he does have a bit of a backpack back here doesn't even bother me, because I mean, you can move these legs down. You don't have to stick them out like I have them. This doesn't even bother me because it looks like it's actually a backpack. It actually looks like it's part of his, like, character. And this actually looks like it could fold up even more if I really kind of messed around with it. But to be honest with that, with the, I think it works very well. I don't mind any of this. Posability, and like I said, I'm not big into posing a whole lot of characters. I don't go crazy with all that because I like my brick bots. My brick bots just need to do that. That's all I'm going to care about. Can I take a gun and do it? Is it a firing missile? That's my question. Like, that's the stuff that they put into. The gimmick here is the fact that these guys transform, turn into a robot. They all have weapons that combine, and they can all combine together into one big dude. I don't really care about articulation. Articulation to me is just extra there to help you transform the toy at this point. But that's my own opinion. I do highly recommend this. This is probably one of my top recommends, especially for the year. Out of all the toys I've played with so far, including Superion, including the new 86 Devastator, I like this better. It's simple, it's small, doesn't take up everything, it's lightweight. I can literally probably take this thing over to, you know, other half's Christmas, parents with Christmas, and play with it over there and be just fine. I don't have to have something huge that's going to take up an entire backpack or something. I mean, I think that's the problem with a lot of this stuff. Now, if you want, you know, if you need space, I personally think this is excellent. I know somebody's probably yelling at me because I probably have something not right on it. I don't care. I kind of like how I actually have it now. I think it looks cool. I wish the dinosaurs had a little more articulation. Nah, not really. The T-Rex looks a little derpy. That's why I think he's more of an Allosaurus. But that's fine. I mean, I always thought Dinoking had an Allosaurus, not a T-Rex. Everybody calls it a T-Rex. That's okay. I think he's more of an Allosaurus. Mileage may vary. But overall, excellent little guy. Highly recommend. Anyway, this has been Plasticon. This has been a review of Legacy United Dinoking. I'll see you guys around as I have plenty more coming your way. That's it for now. Bye!
Dark dominion, machines awake, building futures that we can't fake. Print the stars, design the sky.